Okay, hello everyone. So now we will learn how we can build the websites and start with the HTML. So first thing we will do is we will go on Google and search for Visual Studio Code, where we will download this code editor where we will write our HTML code. Okay, so you can just download according to your OS. I have MacBook, so it's showing me downloading for Mac OS. I have already downloaded it. Once you open it, and if you click on this folder, you can see there are files. So I'm currently on a desktop file. So this is how the Visual Studio Code look. So to start the HTML, we will click on this plus icon. This plus icon is to create a file, and this is for creating a folder. Okay, so we'll create a file called index.html. So as we know that HTML is readable or understandable for the browser. So what we have to do is that we have to write a emit code. So this is the emit code, exclamation mark. If we click this and hit enter, you can see we have created a HTML file. Right now it's starting with doctime HTML. We don't have to take much stress regarding understanding all this. We just have to put our code inside the body tag. But for the explanation, I will tell you what each tag means. So this tag is supposed to tell the browser that this is the modern HTML file. This is to tell that language will be English. Now inside the head tag we have some meta tags. UTF-8 is for the characters, like UTF-8 understand all the characters in any language, emojis, etc. And this meta tag viewport is for mobile responsiveness. If we don't have this, the mobile responsive code won't work. And this is for the title, which is showing in the tabs of the browser. So if I save this, and if I then go to my, this will be the file it is created, and if I click on it, either you can directly click on it, it should get you to the browser, or you can click right click and open with a browser. Okay, so you can see this is having some file where it's taking to desktop and index.html. So if you see in the top, there is something written called document. So this is the title which we have written here. So we can keep it like my first web page. Okay, I will hit the save button, and once I reload, you can see this got updated. Okay, now we will start with the HTML. Okay, now we will write the exact code. So uh, now you don't have really have to take stress that that uh, what exactly this is getting something, but just go with the flow, and in future you will definitely understand. This is just basics, where it's not necessary to remember all this, right? We can get those files or code on the internet, or I you know um, um, so nothing to worry about. So first thing we will write is this HTML have, if you see this board, this is the tags. These are called as tags, and they start and end. So if you see, this is started with this, then we write something. So one thing, there is one tag called h1 tag in HTML. We have to start like this h1 and then end this putting slash h1. Okay, h1 means heading 1, which is the biggest and important heading tag in HTML. So I will write hello world, and once I hit, I will save. I have saved it, and once I go to my web page, and if I hit reload button, you can see the update. Okay. Now in this Visual Studio Code, we also have some extensions. I'm using plenty of extensions, and one of that is the live server. So if you search in the search bar for the live server, If you click on it, you can install it. I have already installed. And what it will do that you can open this HTML file with the live server. Okay, so once you do that, you can see something like this. So it got opened in my new other screen, which I'm not showing it to you, but overall you can see what is the meaning, why we're using the live server. So now if I add the h2 tag, and if I write it like this is heading 2, and I have not saved it. Once I'm saving it with command and S, you can save it with Windows, or you can just save it here. And once I save it, you can see this got saved. And if I go to the live server, we got this heading 2 tag. And inside of normal HTML file, we have to reload it every time we make a change. So that's why we're using the live server, where we don't have to reload it every time we change the code. So I'll just close this and we will use the live server. Okay, this is the localhost IP, and it is running on 5500 port. Okay, that's not necessary to understand. Anyway, so we have heading tags till 6, like we can put this till this 6, and we can put 6 heading tags. Okay, now the one more tag is there, that is called e tag, paragraph tag. So we can put any paragraph inside paragraph tag, and it will just simply load the, so you can see this have added the paragraph. Now there are plenty of tags, we just have to understand it, we don't have to remember it. Okay, so cool. Now let's understand more tags. Okay, uh, now there is something called anchor tag. Anchor tags are used to add links. So I will say I am a link, and okay, so we have if I hit the save, and if we see, we got the text, but if you click on it, it won't work. Why? Because in the anchor tag we have to add an attribute, which will be called as href, and it then we can put any link. Okay, so I want to put a google.com link, so I just put https google.com, and if I hit save, you can see this is now converted into a link. And if I click on it, it's getting open to the google.com. But what if you want to open this in a new tab? For that, again, we can use something called uh, target, and that will be blank. Okay, underscore blank, this is just an attribute and the value. Okay, again, we don't have to remember, but we as we code or as we write code, we will understand it better, and we don't have to remember. Okay, so if I save now and click on it again, you can see this got opened in a new tab. Okay, so now let's understand more of it. What we can, so there are a lot of things, like we can make this italic by putting the italic tag. So if you see, I'm putting the I tag just after P tag, and hit save, and you can see this got changed into italic. We can also add bold tag, which is to make the text bold, and if you see, it's dummy text got a bold. Okay, now we can also put the comments in HTML. What I mean by comments is that you don't really have to somehow we, now this is just a small code, but somehow you might be adding a lot of code, and a lot of files will be there, and maybe a lot of developers might be working on, or two developers might be working on a single code. So in order to do that, there are comments in some way we can put. So for HTML, we have this syntax for the comment. So now this is a comment. What is comment? This is just to, to show it can be used to do anything, maybe explain a code. So like below is italic text, okay, and it won't get impacted in our web page. So we can, even sometimes we have to comment a code that, we don't want the code to display for now or in future, something, and then we can also comment the code. Okay, so now this code got commented, and if I hit save button, you can see this code. uh, and if I again remove this using format document, so this format document is coming, again I'm using a plugin called prettier. Okay, this is for formatting the code. And if you see, if you right click and format document, you can also document format it with, I'm using two formatter, but we're using prettier. So this will take help you with managing the code. Okay, now next we can do is for inputting the images. For images we have a img tag. Again, we have to open it and close it. Okay, for the img tag, we have to, actually img tag is not, sorry, img tag, we can close it inside only one single tag, where we have to put source, which is like src will be the attribute. Now we can put any random url here, or we can save the image and assign it. So for example, if I go to the google.com, and if I put dummy image, okay, I go to the images, and let's put any dummy image or a good image will work, but okay, this image. I will open this in a new tab, and you can see this URL. Now because this is the public URL, we can use it. And if I put src and save it, you can see now web page we got an image. Okay, now this image, we can change literally the size and height of it in HTML only. Also, there is one attribute in the image tag, that is the alt tag, which is for the, browser to read or understand about that particular image. So if I could, this is a dummy image. Now the browser will know that this is a dummy image. Also, in case if the image doesn't load for the user, then it will show alt tag. Okay, this is good for making a website or the SEO. So in case I, put any random number, so this website link won't work. So you can see that this is not loading, but it's showing us what is the image about. Okay, and now we can also put the image. So if I, if I just nature, uh, okay, so I want this again on nature save. Okay, it went into the downloads, but I will put it on the desktop. Okay, so now you can see that we have the image. Now, as this index.html file is inside the desktop only, so if we just put it as nature.jpg in the source, it will work. You can see this is a very big image. Okay. Mostly, we can create a new folder called images, and inside that we can put our image. So for that, if you see now, image is not loading, okay, because we moved it to the folder. And for that, we'll just put it like images nature.jpg. See, this got open. Okay, we can also specify the size and height of the image. So height, again, we can use attribute called height. I will say 400 pixel, and width will be 800 pixel. if I save, you can see this is something how it's looking like. Reduce the width to make it look better. Okay, now we know how we can add a title, description, all the things, right? This is just a basic HTML guidance, so there are a lot of things we will understand in, while we work on it, while we code, while we do build a website. Okay, we can also put a video. For the video, there is a tag, and mm, before video, let's no, I will like to go for the table. So we can also create something called table. Again, it's start with table slash table. Now inside the table, we will put something called table row. Okay, and inside the table row, we'll put table heading. Okay, so now in table heading, I will put it like heading 1. Now I will just copy this and paste, and let's keep the 3 headings. Okay, save it. Now the table, if I save and now see, there's something how it's looking. It's 1 2 3. Now I want to put something inside heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. So how it will work is that I have to create another table row, and inside the table row we can create something called TD. TD means table description. So um, uh, description 1. Okay, I will again copy paste, put it like table 2, table 3. Format document again to, so this is how it will look. Save, and then see this got inside description 1, description 2, description 3. In the same way, we can again create a new tr, which is table row, and it will get added in below that, below that, below that. Okay, there are a lot to we can do this, but again this is a basic code, so we will just learn the basics. Okay, we can also put the HTML button. Okay, so for the button we can click button. Okay, and we can put click me. Okay, if you now see, button is created. So if you click on it, nothing will happen because we have not really done anything on that. Okay, um, we can do multiple things with button, like we can add the JavaScript, like on click we can put a JavaScript, or do things. We will look into it in the future, what can be done with the button. And okay, now for the video, all we will do is put a video tag. Again, video tag, which video tag will have controls. Okay, and we can specify the width of it, which can be 500. Okay, 500. And inside this we have to put the source. Okay, this will be source, and inside the source we can put any dummy. Again, we can source can be any link as well. So for example, I want to put, so you can see the video got here. Okay, I can put any dummy video. Okay, so if I just copy the source from the YouTube, for the dummy video, and if I reload, it won't happen because in YouTube is supposed to work in iframe. Because again, YouTube, putting the YouTube link won't work because it supports .mp4 files. Okay, or any video type file. For the YouTube we will learn iframe. I will go through that later. So for the, we need a video, so I will just download a video, and it and insert it extra. Okay, you can see we have the video. So again, I will put the source, that is move. Okay, file, and I will, for now I will close this. Now if I hit the save button, you can see we got a video. Now if we remove this controls, you can see there is nothing happening. So this controls attribute is very important, which gives the controls to the user from the browser. Okay. Um, Now iframe will be last thing we learn in HTML. Uh, iframe is something which can be used to even put the different website into our website. Okay, so how iframe is presented is that we put iframe, and inside the iframe we can put source, will be can be a link of anything. Now in here we can put the YouTube. Okay, youtube.com, and we can put a title YouTube. Okay, I will again document it, sorry, format it, but it's not happening, it's giving some error. uh, why it's not happening is that, let me remove this. Okay, now uh, yeah, I just removed the title. I don't know why it's not taking. There is something wrong with the parser. You can see something is wrong with our code. um, what that can be, it can be anything, right? mm, let's try to figure out what is wrong. Okay, this is, whenever we see any error we don't have to worry about things. Okay, we will just uh, read the read things and go through the stuff. Okay, you can see we are getting a this. So if you see in the source, we have to also um, give the type of the video. So inside this we have a type called video, which is in mp4 format. Okay, do not worry about things, we will learn as we grow or go. And somehow it is having some issue with the prettier, but the code is not breaking. Then you see that in, okay, we, now if you see, again, in order to check the errors we have to right click and click on the inspect. In inspect you can see the elements like our HTML code. Okay, and if you click on the console, we can see the errors. Okay, you can see that we can't use youtube.com in our iframe because it's not allowed. Okay, because they're not allowing it. But let's try some other, uh, such as google.com. And if I do that, uh, are we? No. So for that case, what we can do, that we will put some other website such as our agency Studio. And if I, now it's getting loaded, you can see this got loaded. Okay, we can okay, now in iframe, so we can specify again height and width. So width will be 500 pixel, height will be 400 pixel, so it will get changed. Okay, cool. We can, in order to put the video, what needs to be done I will show you. So this is the video we were trying to, so inside the share you can see there is something called embedded, and this is the way of getting, putting the video in the iframe. We will just copy the code and I will simply paste it. Okay, I will remove this. So this is how we can embed the video where we have a lot of attributes. And if I hit the save, you can see that now we are able to show the YouTube video on our web page. Okay, cool. And now if we inspect, we can see that there is not any sort of uh, warning or errors we are seeing in the console. So this was it for the HTML. We saw how we can put the text, images, headings, table, video, YouTube video, buttons, and image. Now, this was just a basic thing, and we the whole idea about this is to making you understand what is the HTML, and because this will be helpful for us in future for the WordPress development. The main idea of this course is to help you build a website in a WordPress, so we don't really have to worry about this all thing, because once we understand those tags, we will be able, WordPress is very easy, so we don't have to worry about all those things. Okay, so see you in the next video where we will understand CSS. uh, HTML is more like hypertext markup language, is hypertext markup language, and CSS is for styling. Okay, so we will see how we can style our code and make it better. See you.